Hello, Steve White, Tripway 89 for Steve Arts 89, Star Trek's Gatekeeper. Okay, so I saw a little rumour about Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Now, a while ago I saw a picture of a guy in Klingon Make Up, and I thought it was from a fan film. I thought, well, that looks like decent makeup. It looks like they didn't have a real budget. They didn't do the teeth, which are a lot more expensive, I think, than the forehead ridges and the hair and all that sort of stuff. So I thought, oh, that looks decent. There was some guy posing with a guy in Klingon Make Up, and I thought, oh, they must be working on a fan film. And then I saw it pop up. Someone did a video about it on, what are they called? What Did I Miss? WDIM did a video on this subject. And apparently this guy was saying, I'm on Strange New Worlds Season 2. I'm in Episode 1 of Season 2. And this is me on the set taking a photo of a Klingon in the makeup room, basically. That's what it looks like. And that's what I'm hearing they said, but I didn't actually see the post because the post is gone now. So is this a Klingon makeup from Season 2 of Strange New Worlds? Is this an actor working on Strange New Worlds who also worked on a fan film or went to a convention and took a photo of a Klingon and people thought, oh my God, he's from Strange New Worlds, that must be a shot of a Klingon, blah, blah, blah. Is it a mix-up? Is it confusion? What is it? Because a lot of people are speculating, and a lot of people, new Trek fans who are ignorant of Star Trek, don't actually understand the differences between the Klingons in Season 1, 2 and 3 of the original series and the first motion picture and then the later motion pictures and the Next Generation. They only know the JJ Klingons and the Discovery Klingons, which of course make no sense comparatively, or even when you compare them to the others, even less sense. So, yeah, I have no idea if this guy's for real. I don't know if this was just a joke or a prank or someone, like I said, who was working on a fan film and it's been taken as working on Strange New Worlds. All I was able to find when I looked up this guy, because I don't want to see his name. His first name is John, but I don't want to sort of spread the rumour by giving you his name so you can go search for it yourself, because I don't want to get in trouble. If he did, because I've been an extra on films, and what you can do is, they say don't take photos, but if you're discreet, you can, and I did. And they can't stop you from posting them. They can just get you in trouble if you do. So there's no reason why this guy couldn't have been working on the show, took a photo and put it up, and it got out, and then they've taken it down. You can't, unring that bell. You can't get it offline once it's online. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe it's something else. I really don't know. But so far as the Klingons go, the original series Klingons, they had minimal makeup. They had heavy eyebrows and dark skin and sort of shading on their foreheads and that, but no actual ridges. When they made the films, they gave them these sort of spine-like ridges on their heads, and they had a whole theory about how they evolved. When they did Star Trek 3, they changed them again, and they made it more of an elaborate individual design that was the whole forehead instead of just the centre of the forehead. And I think they removed the teeth because the Klingons in the motion picture, I think, had like werewolf teeth, and they looked a bit like werewolves with spines on their heads, on their foreheads. The ones in 3, 4, 5 and 6, yeah, the Klingons and all of them, they had more elaborate makeup. And then once they got into the next gen, which was around the same time as just after Star Trek 4, so they'd done the Klingons for the third and fourth films. Then they did Next Generation. They refined the makeup again just a little bit, and that became like the main sort of Klingon. They sort of stuck with that once they had that for the whole rest of the 18 years of production that they did Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise, and all that. But then when they did Trials and Tribulations, they had to explain this, and Worf just says, they are Klingons, we don't speak about it. And they explained it in Enterprise that it was a genetic mutation that came from experimentation with eugenics and that, which they got from humans, and it basically made them more human while also making them stronger and so forth, and it made the ridges recede and made them look more like humans. And then those ones became a separate caste who were used for diplomacy and science and politics more so than the warrior caste, because there's a fictional fan sort of explanation that it's a caste system, and there are different types of Klingons that are sort of worked in different areas. That could be true as well, because some of the Klingons may not have been affected by the virus, some may have stayed separate and away from it, and they may have done that in the Klingon society. So there's lots of ways it could be explained. There's lots of ways they could have done that. By the time they got to the JJ films, they did a variation of the Klingon makeup, and it looked kind of good. It looked very harsh and didn't look really natural, but it didn't really contradict the other makeup so much that you could believe that they were related and they were just a different type of Klingon from a different area of the Klingon homeworld. But when they went to Discovery, because of all the licensing issues, and people's actually wish to make the Klingons more alien, they created a totally different look. These giant heads that were twice as big as Klingon heads, and no hair, and just excessive makeup, just too much makeup, huge teeth. They couldn't speak, the actors couldn't speak properly. It was embarrassing to hear them try and talk through the teeth and everything, and then try and make it out that that was the Klingon language when it really was the actors struggling to talk through the teeth. And then they changed the makeup because everyone hated it so much. In the second season, they gave them hair and made a really lame excuse for it, saying, oh, they shave their hair off when they go to war. Yet none of the other Klingons have ever done that. Now, the way these Klingons were originally sold to fans were that they were a separate sect of Klingons that had been they kept themselves separate from the rest of the Klingons for generations on a generational ship, and they had a cult-like religion, and they were just this separate sect. And I thought, well, that makes sense. That could work. That'd be interesting. We've got this different sect of more dangerous, scary Klingons, and they're going to, wage war on the Federation. That sort of was okay. And then we saw the show, and we were like, oh no, they're not separate from the rest of the Klingon race. They are the Klingon race. They're all like this. This is what the Klingons look like, and we're supposed to believe they've always looked like that, and they look like that on the original series and Next Gen and everything. And of course, no one bought that because we're not gullible. And then they backtracked and changed the makeup, made them look more like regular Klingons, made their heads smaller, gave them hair, but still kept all the neck work and all that. But now we sort of have to explain that, and I guess you can explain it as when they were trying to fix the mutations, they went in both directions. Maybe they made more primal Klingons, and that's what they were. So that's my headcanon explanation for that, and they could do that in the show, and maybe that's what they do in Strange New Worlds. Maybe they have just different types of Klingons and explain why we have ones that look more human and ones that look more alien and more beast-like. So that could work. I'd like them to do it. Yep. But I have no idea if this is a real thing that this guy posted. And, we'll find out soon when we see the series. But, and I'm also hoping if they sort this out on Strange New Worlds, it'll mean Worf can appear on the last season of Picard, although that has been pretty much filmed, or it's sort of a done deal. So I don't know if he's in it or not, but the rumour has been that he hasn't been able to appear because they couldn't work out using the makeup. They were able to put a photo of Worf on screen, but they couldn't actually have Worf appear in his makeup, and they couldn't change Worf because that wouldn't make any sense to have the same character look different. Although they seem to think the same race looking different when we're supposed to believe that's what they've always looked like. That was okay, but not an individual. So it's a big mess. I'd like to see Worf come back. I'm hoping that all the characters from Next Gen make a cameo appearance before Picard has finished season 3, but it's unclear whether that's happening or not. So I'm going to go. I was planning to do a 5-minute video at most. I'm still talking. I can't believe it. But feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. And if you know anything about this picture and about this actor, please let me know what the story is, because I'm very curious. I hope it's from Strange New Worlds season 2, and I hope that it does show that they're explaining or evolving or changing or backtracking, doing something where we get basically Klingons that look and act like Klingons. I'm going to go because I'm up to 10 minutes again. I was sure I could do this in 5 minutes because this is the second time I've done this video and I haven't done it. But I like talking. Okay.